I appoint Benjamin Netanyahu to run Turning Point USA if something happens to me. Bibi would do a great job.
Please welcome Turning Point USA CEO and Chair, Erika Kirk.
Love you, Erika. No. He literally blinked and probably thought he was raptured and looked around and was like, where's everybody else? He blinked and he was with the Lord. Oops, TV. Guys, between the TPUSA ghost chapters allegations, which we're gonna react in this video, and the AI generated Charlie Kirk clip drama, I'm starting to bombastic side-eye Erika Kirk and all the discourse about her online.
How do you want to be remembered?
I mean, if I die?
Everything just goes away. How would you, if you could be associated with one thing, how would you want to be remembered?
I want to be remembered for courage for my faith. That would be the most important thing. Most important thing is my faith.
Charlie Kirk, thank you so much.
The team, I said, Turning Point USA will continue like my husband always wanted, and it'll be bigger than ever. And we're going to honor him by doing that. We're going to stay humble.
Look, my family has traditionally leaned Democrat, but me personally, I don't really worship politicians. I'm more America First, common sense kind of person. Because when even casual outsiders start side-eyeing an organization's behavior and its public image management and all the internal drama going on, that usually means that people are sensing cracks by the masses. And lately, TPUSA has been giving less political movement and more company trying very hard to protect a brand. Which leads us straight to the alleged AI Charlie Kirk clip that's making parts of the internet pull their hair out. Because for the people deep into the TPUSA lore, this whole thing feels shady as hell. So this is the video Candance has been demanding for months. Just dropped Charlie appointing Erika Kirk as his successor. And here in the comments, people are saying, people are saying, the video is confirmed to be AI. TPUSA should be embarrassed to drop this fake video. They look guilty as hell. Okay, let's see, because let's be the judge of that.
The most important relationship in your life is the one that you have with your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. His passion was my passion, and now his mission is my mission.
I appoint my wife to run Turning Point USA if something happens to me. Erika would do a great job. I appoint my wife to run Turning Point USA if something happens to me. Erika would do a great job.
I appoint my wife to run Turning Point USA if something happens to me. Erika would do a great job.
Okay. It's too short to actually... I wish I could see where did he say those, if that was like some kind of convention he was, but yeah, for what I know about Charlie Kirk, he was against women being the corporate ladder, so he was pro-traditional wife.
I appoint my wife to run Turning Point USA if something happens to me. Erika would do a great job. I appoint my wife to run Turning Point USA if something happens to me. Erika would do a great job.
I appoint my wife to run Turning Point USA if something happens to me. Erika would do a great job.
More, step up to the mic, tell me why you're wrong. And then all of a sudden we can use the Socratic method to ask questions. When does life begin? What is the process of human development? By what moral standard are you appealing to? What is good? What is evil?
I don't know what to think about that. I don't know what to think. Tell me in the comments. Personally, I don't even understand why people are acting like Erika wanting a bigger role automatically means some evil conspiracy. Like, don't people ever change? People change all kind of things, even their opinions, even their future, even their goals. I don't understand what is the big deal about that, but I don't know. Maybe she originally agreed with her husband and at the beginning wanted a quiet life, but then she changed her mind. And honestly, guys, I think that's why the whole TPUSA / Erika situation is interesting to me. Even though I'm not a hardcore political person, the most attention I've ever personally paid to Erika Kirk before all this was literally because of the Drosky parody floating around online, which was fire.
Get on your feet, boy!
War is raging in Iran.
We're praying for all the soldiers and troops.
That's great that you're praying, but
how about all the kids that died when the USA hit the towers?
It broke my heart.
In what ways have you grown closer to Jesus?
I serve a righteous God. And that is why we say our prayers.
Maybe she enjoys her, the business side now. Or maybe she has, I don't know, maybe she wants her own career and identity outside of just being Charlie's wife or widow. And I think that's valid. That part, honestly, doesn't even bother me.
You want to keep telling me to come down while we're building? I don't have time for that. But here's my breaking point on that. Come after me, call me names, I don't care. Call me what you want, go down that rabbit hole, whatever. But when you go after my family, my Turning Point USA family, my Charlie Kirk Show family, when you go after the people that I love, and you're making hundreds and thousands of dollars every single episode, going after the people that I love because somehow they're in on this, no.
I'm sorry, but that whole thing right there is frustrating. The idea that she does not have time. She's done Hannity, she's done Five, she's done Fox and Friends, she's done Outnumbered, she's done Megyn Kelly Live, she sat down with the New York Times, she made time to fly to DC for Sergio Gore to be sworn into the ambassador to India. She has also made time for an upcoming CBS News town hall sit down with Barry Weiss, which was filmed today. So Erika Kirk has time. It is not her priority to respond to the majority, to that point that people are making hundreds and thousands of dollars. Like, they made $40 million like 2 nights ago at Mar-a-Lago. Maybe that feels kind of a little bit like let them eat cake-ish. And we've made more than, separately from Mar-a-Lago, Turning Point USA, since Charlie was killed, just so you guys know this is a fact, has made more than $100 million. That is separate from the $40 million they made at Mar-a-Lago the other night. I want to be clear that Turning Point USA is my family. The Charlie Kirk Show is my family. She's just expanding the wings of people that we're not allowed to critique. Oh, I'm sorry. We actually are showing a clip of Rob McQuay defending a pedophile trying to launder reputation of that's spam. I'm sorry. We are actually pointing to the fact that we know for certain that this person or organization is sexual deviant. That's spam. That's my bad. Don't you get me upset. And I hate to say this, but I'm going to be very clear here. This is why there are many people who do not believe that women are equipped to lead companies, because what you are watching here is an unbelievably emotional response that is absent of any logic. Okay. If you really care about your team, answer the questions so people don't think Turning Point USA looks so suspicious. Don't try to mom the organization and say, well, mother's upset because people are coming after her kids and all of the multi-million-dollar subsidiaries. That's my children, okay? The multi-million-dollar subsidiaries, Turning Point, like Turning Point Action, all that, those are my kids, so you can't critique them.
But what does make me raise an eyebrow, though, is how insanely defensive TPUSA gets anytime criticism gets directed towards Erika being the CEO. Because what I'm trying to figure out is this. Is TPUSA the one obsessed with making this point clear? Or is it Erika, the one herself, really determined to prove her late husband would have supported the direction she's taking now?
But take a listen to his perspective.
Study shows that married women with kids are the happiest. Why do you think that is? I mean, it's just nature. I mean, just becoming a CEO of a shoe company is not gonna.
But the now notorious video of Charlie appointing Erika to the position of CEO and chairman of the company, the video that we have been begging for, keeping a countdown for, which Turning Point has been squirming about for some unknown reason. To remind you, Erika introduced this video to the public conscience herself back in November of 2025 in an interview with Megyn Kelly, claiming that Charlie named her as a CEO at a private event just 3 weeks before his. Guess he wasn't smart enough to put it in his paperwork. The reason she mentioned the alleged video was obvious. It was to detract people from asking reasonable questions, like why on earth would she take on such an incredibly demanding position right at the moment that her children needed her the most following her husband.
If a regular person is bombastic side-eyeing the whole Erika Kirk lore, something is going on. Something is going on. But now we also have to talk about the whole ghost chapters allegations, because I found this video floating around online from the channel Unfuck America Tour, where people are accusing TPUSA of exaggerating how many active schools they actually have. I didn't even know this was a thing until I started to go down the rabbit hole and I found the video that I said. So let's react to the clip, because the deeper this gets, the messier TPUSA starts looking from the outside.
Turning Point USA says it's building a movement of students, a movement of ideas, a movement that spans thousands of campuses across the United States.
The goal is for these clubs to be in every high school across the state.
In its own filings, the organization claims to operate more than 1,800 campus chapters and to be active on more than 3,000 high school and college campuses.
Great question. Start a Turning Point USA chapter.
It says its program reaches millions.
Okay, see him now talking here? Yeah, I totally now believe that video that we saw before, yeah, that was AI. That was AI.
Of students. And behind that movement is money. In a single year, Turning Point USA spent more than $20 million on what it calls its field program, the part of the organization responsible for building and supporting these chapters. Altogether, it raises more than $80 million annually. That money comes from donors who are told they're funding something very specific. A nationwide grassroots network of young people organizing, educating, and reshaping the future of American politics from the ground up. The story is simple. A bottom-up student movement built chapter by chapter, campus by campus.
Put your hand up if you're in high school. Okay.
And it's not just a marketing story. These same claims appear in official tax filings, documents submitted to the federal government, where Turning Point USA describes itself as a nonpartisan educational nonprofit and certifies that it does not engage in political campaigning.
So what we're seeing here is how TPUSA, I think the high school chapters is like a money-making machine for the company, and how they are registered to the government, like charitable, educational institution, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, wow, I didn't know this about TPUSA. I thought it was only colleges, but now they're also in schools. Wow.
Activity.
Point Action and Turning Point USA.
This is the foundation of the organization. It's what justifies the money. It's what sustains the mission. It's what donors believe they are funding.
What they've done is put America right back on the right course.
But what if the numbers don't mean what they actually seem to mean? What if the chapter isn't what you think it is? What if the movement isn't actually there? We started asking a simple question. Not about politics, not about ideology, just about reality. Are these chapters even real?
Wonder if that's why Charlie, before his death, he wanted to assemble a Dutch organization, just to audit his company. My God, okay. I actually have to go down the rabbit hole more about this. I'm just like, I'm a regular person, non-political person, just reacting to this. And yeah, this is so freaking insane so far.
Hi, Elizabeth. This is Jessica. I'm the president at high school. You had reached out to Maggie. our director of student activities, and she forwarded us your email with some questions about having a Turning Point chapter on our campus. We do not currently host a Turning Point chapter on our campus, although I know it
Oh my
mostly
God.
lists us on their website. But if you want to give us a call back to have further conversation, we absolutely can. You can call us.
In its public messaging, Turning Point USA presents a clear picture of scale, a presence on thousands of campuses, a network of chapters spanning the country. Not even a way to click on the school. But in its IRS filings, the language becomes much more specific. The organization reports 1,873 charter chapters, and activity on more than 3,300 campuses.
There are roughly 3,500 Turning Point chapters at colleges and high schools across the country.
At first glance, those numbers seem to reinforce the same story, but they describe two different things. A charter chapter suggests something defined, a group of students, a structure, some kind of ongoing presence on campus. But active on...
So just a minimum of 3 people can assemble a chapter in a high school or college? What the hell? What the hell is this? Oh my God. I don't know why people are not watching more of this. Oh my God. It's only, how many views this video has so far? Let me see. 312K. Okay. But my God, this must be more. What the hell is this? Oh my God, TPUSA. This is not looking good. Okay, not looking good at all.
Campus is much less clear.
Club America is now on 3,300 high schools in America.
It could mean a functioning student organization, or it could mean something much looser. A single event, a student who signed up, a chapter that once existed but no longer does. And beyond that, the organization also refers to what it calls activism hubs, a category that's less clear still. The filings don't spell out how these different forms of presence are defined or how they're counted.
So the field program's effort directly impacted millions of students.
And without a clear definition, the scale becomes harder to interpret. Because these categories overlap, or if they're applied inconsistently, then the total number may not reflect what people assume it reflects. Before looking at the map, before making any assumptions, we wanted to understand what those numbers actually represent. Not what they suggest, but what they mean in practice. And to understand how these numbers translate in practice, we turned to the organization's own directory. School by school, we began working through the list, reaching out to administrators, student activity offices.
This is such a great video. They're actually going down, getting all the details, okay? This is insane.
And faculty advisors. And we just asked one simple question: whether there was an active Turning Point chapter on their campus. Some schools confirmed that there was, student groups that met, organized, and operated as we would expect. But in other cases, the answers were less clear. Some described the clubs had gone inactive, others said the group had existed at one point, but...
Imagine if you can create like a group with only 3 people and just register it and be just counted, in the total. I can see how they're, I can see how this is. I just wonder how the chapters, how is it to make a chapter? Right. Okay. I don't want to go ahead of me. I didn't watch this, so my God.
No longer did. And in some cases, administrators told us they had no affiliation with Turning Point USA at all. School, would you be able to let us know if if it was ever a club that existed and maybe dissolved?
It has never, I do know for a fact it has never been a club on campus.
Gotcha.
Of the 72 high schools we contacted, 7 schools say they had an active Club America chapter. 31 schools said they had no chapter at all. Wow. This all is a sham. All this is a sham. Wow.
A student organization can come and go. Records can be incomplete. And a national organization may define its presence differently than the school does. But taken together, the responses begin to raise a broader question. How consistently is that presence being defined? And how closely do those listings reflect what's actually happening on the ground? Because if a chapter can be defined loosely, then how much does it take to actually create one?
I can't imagine nothing at all. It's like the most low barrier way to create a chapter. If it only requires 3 people or at least, and some chapters they only want 1 person, it must be so low barrier to create one. I wonder.
Chapter exist without a real presence on campus? Without the school even knowing? Could it exist in name only? And if that's the case, can 3 people in their 30s start a chapter at a high school that doesn't exist?
So this former school has been vacant since 2011. The building suffers from a lack of maintenance and deterioration. Okay. Ooh. Okay. So the register. This looks super good. All right, let's continue watching this. They're registering that vacant school. It's a ChatGPT. They created we received your charter agreement, so I wanted to reach out with next steps. I couldn't be more excited to welcome you all to the Club America family. Well, fake. Whoa. I guess this was low barrier, but oh my God, this is insane. This is too easy. Too easy to register a school, charter, club, whatever in the TPUSA organization. No. I cannot believe this. Oh my God.
Ridiculous quotas. Like, you expect in 1 month for this one rep to start 40 chapters. So how are these reps supposed to do that? Well, they would give gift cards to the students if they started a chapter, but nothing would ever come of that chapter. So it'd just be one kid called the president and one.
Nothing will come out because it's so easy to fake one. It's so easy to fake. Oh my God. I didn't know this was the way to do it. Oh my God. I'm blown away.
Kid called the vice president, and then one kid called the secretary, and they got gift cards. You could have 50 chapters technically, but 3 of them hold events and like 10 people show up. And the others, they were given gift cards or they signed up and nothing ever happened.
He was pushing us towards other clubs.
A name, a contact, a record that may or may not reflect what's actually happening on the ground. And when those different realities are counted together, they produce a single number.
Wow.
Ultimately, the question isn't just how many chapters there are, it's what those chapters represent, and whether the
represent that they're ghost chapters. Wow, guys, this video is really good. It's well researched, well exposed, the information. I really love it. It makes you think that maybe TPUSA is a sham organization. And maybe that money is like not going where it's supposed to go. A lot of people are benefiting, are getting their pockets full of the green. Wow, this is wild. All right, guys, tell me, what do you think? Do you believe that Erika Kirk and company made that AI clip about Charlie just to justify her new position in the company? Do you believe it's real, it's fake? It's just a way to change the narrative? Tell me down in the comments. And also tell me, what do you think about the ghost chapters? Like, how easy is to make one? That is so freaking insane. But I don't want to take any more of your time. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. I see you on the next one. Peace.